It's no secret that women often struggle to earn the same amount as their male peers, and sadly, this is even true in Hollywood.
It's our time to have wage equality once and for all.
Even some of the highest paid female stars earn a fraction of what their male coworkers do.
This has to stop.
But today, we're going to look at some couples where that isn't the case. We'll talk about some seriously talented women who make more than double what their partners do. Sure, both of them make more money than we ever will, but let's try to celebrate their successes anyway. Anne Hathaway. Actress Anne Hathaway is always quick to speak up on the subject of inequality. She admits Hollywood has a long ways to go in this regard, and so does the rest of the world. But this doesn't mean she doesn't earn a pretty paycheck. She's one of the highest paid actresses in Hollywood and boasts a net worth of over $35 million. In comparison, her husband Adam Schulman has a net worth of $1 million. It seems fitting she's starring in The Hustle since she clearly knows how to earn a comfortable living herself. She may out-earn him significantly, but Anne says she couldn't imagine going through life without her husband at her side. Kim Kardashian. Getting paid to post on social media is a dream come true for some people, and it's a reality for Kim Kardashian.
It's like a part of my job, the Instagram.
People are willing to pay big bucks for a shout-out on her Instagram and have been known to fork over up to $500,000 for the privilege.
They don't care. They just want to see my face and the product.
And as for keeping up with the Kardashians, there are various reports about how much the famous family has been paid. But according to TMZ, they've taken home about $150 million for the past 3 seasons. Kim herself is worth about $350 million, while her husband, Kanye West, is only worth about $250 million. KKW Beauty has been a big asset when it comes to padding her piggy bank since it brings in about $100 million per year. Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson has been acting since she was only 9 years old, and she's had plenty of time to save some serious cash since then. Her work as the stealthy superhero Natasha Romanoff, aka the Black Widow in the Avengers franchise, has made her one of the most sought-after stars in Hollywood. Back when her character first appeared in Iron Man 2, she was paid only $400,000. By the time the first Avengers movie came out, she was taking home a $6 million paycheck, and now she's getting her own standalone Black Widow movie. It's estimated she'll be paid around $25 million for this flick, adding to her $140 million net worth. Scarlett is dating comedian and writer Colin Jost, who has a net worth of about $6 million. Because hey, women love a guy who can make us laugh. Kylie Jenner. You know Kylie has made tons of money for appearing alongside Kim Kardashian and her other siblings on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She even got her own spin-off show, Life of Kylie, and we have a feeling it was a very lucrative deal. And whether or not you agree with her self-made label, there's no denying her cosmetics line is quickly making her a billionaire. Yeah, that's billionaire with a B. Earning a mere $1 million is nothing to Kylie, who takes home up to $1 million per sponsored Instagram post. It's estimated her net worth is around $1 billion, while her boyfriend Travis Scott is worth about $22 million. Jennifer Aniston. Some people see Jennifer Aniston as the poster child for being unlucky in love, but this star doesn't see it that way. She has had some great loves in her life, and she also loves being single. It's great she can be happy by herself, and her giant piles of money probably don't hurt her positive outlook. She's one of the highest paid television actresses of all time, thanks to her work on the sitcom Friends. By the 9th and 10th season of the show, she was taking home over $1 million per episode. But you might be surprised to learn that she also earns a ton on endorsements, taking home about $10 million a year for just that work. As for her ex, Justin Theroux, he has a net worth of only $20 million. Jessica Alba. We all know Jessica Alba is a movie star, but don't forget that she's a businesswoman too. When her daughter Honor was born, Jessica started noticing how many baby products contained synthetic and worrisome ingredients. So she started The Honest Company in 2011, which has since expanded to Honest Beauty. Her company is now reportedly worth $1 billion, giving her net worth of $350 million. While she's better known for her appearances on TV and in movies, she now makes most of her money from her business. She's married to producer Cash Warren, but despite his first name, he has a net worth of much less than his wife, at about $20 million. Gisele Bundchen. Everyone knows that professional athletes make a ton of money. Patriots player Tom Brady has been in 9 Super Bowls and on the winning team for 6 of them. He's worth about $180 million, which is a lot, but less than half of what his wife is worth. Gisele Bundchen is one of the most famous models around, and she has a net worth of about $400 million. In 2014 to 2015 alone, she took home $44 million from her modeling gigs, according to Forbes. She's rolling in endorsement deals from major brands like Chanel and Louis Vuitton. Although she stopped modeling for them back in 2007, she was previously getting paid $5 million a year by Victoria's Secret alone. Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz is a gorgeous and talented actress, so you might be surprised to hear what her highest-paying gig ever was. This star is known for commanding a paycheck of at least $15 million per movie, but her biggest take was twice that. Do you have a guess? Cameron Diaz was paid $30 million for providing the voices for Princess Fiona in Shrek the Third. Who knew being an ogre could be so profitable? Since 2015, she's been married to musician Benji Madden, who has a net worth of about $16 million. In comparison, Cameron has a net worth of about $140 million. Julia Roberts. One of Julia Roberts' best-known roles was in the movie Pretty Woman. She played a woman who struggled with passing as classy, among other things. But let's just say Julia Roberts doesn't have to worry about being turned away at a fancy clothing store in real life. She was only 22 when she starred in the movie and received a Best Actress Oscar nomination. Before long, she was making around $20 million per movie. For just 6 minutes of screen time in the movie Valentine's Day, Julia was paid $3 million. She also makes a cool $600,000 per episode in the show Homecoming. All in all, Julia is worth about $200 million. Her husband, Daniel Moder, prefers to spend his time behind the camera and has a net worth of about $10 million. Kristen Bell. Kristen Bell doesn't have quite the long-standing career Julia Roberts has, but that doesn't mean she hasn't done well for herself. She provides the voice of Anna in the Frozen movies, and the first one made over $1 billion at the box office. She also earns about $125,000 per episode of The Good Place. While her husband Dax Shepard has over 25 acting credits, he is only worth about $12 million in comparison to her $20 million. But of course, money isn't everything, and it certainly isn't for these two. They threw their perfect courthouse wedding for only $124. Megan Fox. There was a time when it seemed like Megan Fox was absolutely everywhere. Her role in Transformers made her a household name, but sadly, it wouldn't last. She famously feuded with director Michael Bay and didn't pull her punches when it came to discussing him to the press. They say Hollywood is a small town, and Megan learned this the hard way. This got her fired from the franchise and earned her a reputation of being difficult to work with. Although she's since apologized, her earning potential never really recovered. But before you start feeling too terrible for Megan, you should know she isn't exactly hurting for money. Despite these difficulties, she has a net worth of about $8 million. It may not be as much as some of the others on our list, but it's twice as much as her husband, Brian Austin Green, who is worth $4 million. Meryl Streep. Now let's talk about a celebrity who never has any trouble getting work in Hollywood, Meryl Streep. She's one of the most well-known actresses of all time, but admits she's often had trouble advocating for herself. When she first started out in the show business, she had no idea how to negotiate and struggled to determine what her time was worth. Although it's one of the more iconic roles, she's almost walked away from the film The Devil Wears Prada because she felt the initial offer was insulting. So they ended up doubling their offer and secured her for the role. Although she prefers to be quiet about how much she took home, the movie was a hit at the box office. She has a net worth of about $90 million, while her husband, Don Gummer, is worth about $10 million. Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood is known for being a driving force in bringing country music into the mainstream. She's one of the most successful recording artists out there, and that means that she takes home some pretty big paychecks. Oh, and she also requires a fee of at least $500,000 per show. Apparently, she has no trouble getting it because she boasts an impressive net worth of $85 million. Her husband, Mike Fisher, is a former hockey player and actor who has been in movies like Transformers and Remember the Titans. It's estimated his net worth is around $30 million. Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman has been acting since she was only 16 years old, but says there is one role which stands out among the rest. Her part in Big Little Lies is one that her fans always want to talk about, and Nicole is handsomely compensated for her role. She earns about $1 million for every episode. Not too shabby. She has a net worth of about $130 million, and her husband brings home some serious cash too. Just not as much as Nicole. But they're still serious couple goals, right? Keith Urban has a successful musical career and a net worth of about $75 million. Melissa McCarthy. Meryl Streep may have struggled to negotiate her salary, but that's one thing Melissa McCarthy has never had any trouble with. Not only is she talented and a funny gal, but she's a brilliant negotiator too. Prior to the hit movie Bridesmaids, she was struggling to withdraw the $5 she had in her bank account. She's one of the highest paid women in Hollywood and has spoken out about the disparity of pay between male and female performers. Melissa has a net worth of about $60 million, and her husband applauds her ability to stand up for herself. Her husband, Ben Falcone, is worth about $2 million. What do you think about the situations where one partner earns more than the other? Is money truly not anything, or can this create an uneven dynamic? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section and then click on the subscribe button to get access to more great videos from us here at The Talko. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.